Reality TV watchers have been loving Too Hot to Handle, a show about contestants losing thousands of dollars if they didn't remain celibate. But what if we told you there is another show that may be even more wild? Love Island follows a similar premise. Young, attractive singles try to find love on the beach while being motivated by a large cash prize. But this show spices it up with live fan-decided eliminations, couple switch-ups, and of course, more steamy hookups, which lead to, you guessed it, a lot of drama. Fan power. What's different about Love Island is that the fate of the contestants depends on the fans. Audiences can vote off who they don't want to watch via their app or website, so even if you have a strong love connection, you can be sent home if you're unlikable. This can lead contestants to be ingenuine, putting on a show to impress fans. On Too Hot to Handle, it's hard to fake any connection as Lana is smart and somehow always has a way of knowing. Casa Amor. Too Hot to Handle may have smoking singles coming in randomly to stir the pot, but on Love Island you get a whole week of a fresh batch of singles to yourself. Halfway through the season, either the boys or the girls head to Casa Amor, a villa next door where they each meet a fresh batch of singles, but just for a week to test if they can keep their hands off these irresistible hotties. If the people on Too Hot to Handle can't even keep their hands off new contestants when their beau is nearby, just think how much of a mess they would get into when they are completely separated. Juicy games. While Too Hot to Handle contestants go through workshops to release their inner turmoil, Love Island contestants rather blurt them outright, spilling juicy details to their fellow castmates and to the world. Some games that really tested their relationships were reading tweets that people were saying about their relationship from the outside, and wild challenges like confessing their favorite positions or spitting drinks in each other's mouths. Yuck. The things they do for our entertainment. Lie detector tests. The island may be hot, but nothing makes contestants sweat more than being hooked onto a couple of lie detector tests, especially if you have secrets to hide. To know if one is being truthful once and for all, they get a session where they are asked tough questions, like if they really love their partner, if they find them the most beautiful in the house, and if they've ever cheated. While some survive the ordeal, others are shredded into pieces with hurt feelings. Alive. Better to find out late than never, I guess. Family visit. When is a good time for your family to meet your significant other? 6 months? A year? After spending time isolated with people who were just strangers a few weeks ago, remaining contestants get to reunite with their family members who give advice on who they approve of and who they don't like as much. This nerve-wracking experience can potentially make or break a relationship. Messy exes. Of course, you can talk about how bad your relationship is with your ex, but having them show up to confront you is, well, way better television. Although the Too Hot producers occasionally ask troubled singles to confront their ex in workshops, Love Island producers straight up bring them into the villa. This is what happened to Terry in season 2 of the UK version, when he promised he would leave the show to be with his one true love, Malin, who was voted off, only to remain on the show to sleep with Emma shortly after. But of course, karma always has a way of catching up when Malin shows up to confront him, to which Terry simply squirmed and denied responsibility? Come on. Prize Pact. To win Love Island, the best couple can either choose love and split 50 grand or choose money, where one person can choose to keep it all for themselves. This would be seen as the ultimate betrayal if anyone did decide to have it all, as they went through all those challenges with their partner to get to the end, but luckily no one has done their partner dirty. Yet. This is very different from Too Hot to Handle, where the cast collectively encourages each other to not lose any more money, even if they're unsure they'll get to keep it. Steamy Hookups. Love Island is the parallel universe to Too Hot to Handle, where these steamy makeout sessions do happen, as there is no cone block named Lana there to stop them, which can lead to inappropriate behavior, even in a room full of strangers. There have been many instances of couples like Sophie and Tom and Kara and Nathan that did the deed in the middle of the night. But it was Malin and Terry that shocked audiences when they hooked up in broad daylight, with their castmates cheering them on. Terry is not a one-hit wonder though, as after his messy breakup with Malin, he proceeded to put on a show in the middle of the night the first time he shared the bed with Emma, all in plain sight. That is definitely way more R-rated. Betrayal. In Too Hot to Handle, ironically, a robot decides who leaves if no emotional connections are formed, but on Love Island, their fates are decided not just by fans, but by each other. You can be a great lover, a great competitor, but sometimes it boils down to luck, and if you are seen as a threat, you can be booted out. Just like in the real world, it's not about what you know, but who you know. Switch of power. On Love Island, the girls and boys alternate between who gets to choose to couple up with on a weekly basis, and must share a bed with their chosen partner to hopefully build a romantic connection. As you can imagine, this can lead to feisty drama as love triangles form and jealousy ensues. Surprising proposals. On Too Hot to Handle, Lana would be happy if the couples made any genuine connection at all, with the furthest being singles making it official with each other by the end. But on Love Island, things are more speedy. In season 1 of Love Island UK, John and Hannah were dating for 5 weeks before he surprisingly proposed. Even though she said yes, they didn't end up winning that season and shortly broke up afterwards, leaving viewers speculating if it was all just a power move for that cash prize. Intense arguments. Sometimes on Too Hot to Handle, there are minor confrontations here and there where they get frustrated at each other for losing money, but the contestants on Love Island don't hold back. They act how they feel, and with newcomers coming in, tensions can lead to physical blowouts. In season 2 of Love Island UK, Malia enters the villa where she goes on a date with Katie's man, Scott. After the date, a jealous Katie accidentally spills her drink on Malia, which led to a sudden explosion with anger and a near knockout. Malia was sent home right afterwards. Live TV. While Too Hot to Handle cast members get to enjoy the normal life for a good 6 months before their journey airs, on Love Island, they're broadcasted every week in almost real time, so whatever decisions made on screen affects their lives simultaneously off screen. As cameras are filming 24/7, many contestants forget they're being watched, and so they get less cautious about what they do. Zara from season 2 fell victim to this when she hooked up with Alex in the middle of the night. But when you are a Great Britain pageant title holder, there is bound to be some backlash. Pageant fans were so displeased with her actions, calling her a terrible role model for young girls, leading her to be stripped of her crown. As news in real life starts to buzz, they make it over to the island and caused Zara to have a meltdown. It shows you really can't let your guard down. Savage narrator. If you're not watching for love, you might as well watch for comedic purposes, as the narrators on the show roast the contestants hard. While the narrator on Too Hot to Handle has its hilarious moments, the Love Island voiceover is ruthless in comparison, calling the contestants out for being jobless, mocking their voices, and that they're wasting the electricity bill.
Only half of those need to be on!
Crying babies. Let's say these islanders do end up falling in love and get married. Then comes the biggest challenge of all, parenting. What better way to get a glimpse of your future than to take care of toy babies? From changing their diapers to dealing with non-stop crying in the middle of the night. Perhaps if the Too Hot to Handle cast had the same challenge, they too would feel better about being prohibited from hooking up. While we can't say which show is better, Love Island definitely takes the cake for being one of the wildest dating shows out there. Which show do you prefer? Which one would you go on? Let us know in the comments below. Like this video if you want to stay up to date on the latest reality TV news, and we'll see you next time on The Things Reality.